People love Gothic because they love clothing. It's all about clothing. It's much ado about clothing.
Goth fashion is a very big aspect of the Goth community. That's how we find each other.
It's like if you are walking down the street and you see another person dressed like this, automatically there's a camaraderie. It's like you know where they are at any point in the room. It's like being a chocolate chip at a bowl of white ice cream.
This is a style of dress that I've always favored.
My favorite thing about the goth scene is definitely the dressing up, the putting on a different persona.
For me personally, I just love getting dressed up.
Gothic clothing is something that stands out. It's got a very stylish, classic pattern to it, using very deep, rich, decadent fabrics with very rich colors.
I guess the signature color is black. There's also red, dark green, purples.
I really love wearing ivory, but I also love wearing dark reds for the blood.
Most people dress to please themselves.
Dressing like this, it is an ego thing. I like the feel of the clothes, I like the style, I like the age. It has a dignity that a baseball cap and jeans just don't have. There's just something about the feel of a cloak and a cane that our clothing styles have lost.
Jewelry is important in Gothic fashion because it's another accessory that will set the wearer apart.
Vampire and Gothic jewelry is either embodied from the Gothic period, or it's articulate, it's ornate, it's different, something that stands out and makes you an individual.
A lot of Gothic jewelry you see out in the scene, it's got an antique feel to it. Black Widow jewelry is interesting. It's something beautiful crossed with something deadly.
I've been making jewelry with Black Widow sweaters for about 13 years. The Gothic scene is very into the style of stuff that I make. I feed them, I breed them, and then I make jewelry out of them.
This is a coffin, and if you open the coffin, it's filled with soil, which comes from the Borgo Pass in Transylvania.
The idea is that the ring is a lot more reliable and easy to use to cut with. So if this persona wanted to draw blood, they could use the ring rather than the teeth.
The best thing about Goth fashion, the corsets. I love corsets. The girl I'm seeing now, when I first met her, she was in a patent leather corset and her waist was like that. And when I saw her, I wept.
Wearing a corset is like getting a hug, but constantly.
I like to accentuate, my best features, which just happen to be my breasts and my hips and my waist.
Some people who are more submissive or like bondage enjoy wearing a corset because they like the feeling of constriction and tightness and control.
Sometimes I wear corsets. I like being constricted, almost like being disciplined.
I gotta get a corset.
If a man's wearing a corset or a skirt, it doesn't mean he's gay.
Goths tend to be more accepting of guys in skirts, even if they're not gay.
I don't see anything strange in a man showing up in a skirt. If he does it well, it's a bad skirt, I'm going to say something to him.
In the scene, there's a lot of cross-dressing or swapping of clothing between men and women, corsets, skirts, makeup, sharing makeup.
Every gentleman wears makeup.
I'm obviously not goth. I never learned how to put on makeup.
I think it's up to each individual person to express their inner being through makeup.
The makeup I wear basically is just an extension of who I am.
The look most are trying to accomplish is a nice, undead look.
Yes, it's a bit horrific to look dead, but at the same time it has that kind of tuberculosis pallor that's very gentle and mysterious.
Here's a fashion tip from the 18th century. Don't go too pale, it yellows the teeth.
Why do I wear red eyeshadow? Because I can. Yeah.
You're allowed to wear color
in the goth scene. I wear pink, I wear red, I wear blue, I have green eyeshadow, I wear it all.
I definitely experiment with my makeup. It's never the same look every day. I think I would be very bored.
Of course, I think some people do this because they're not happy with themselves, but then again, you know, I think there are also lots of people who don't do this and aren't happy with themselves. I mean, makeup in the first place is covering up something, right? So to make up is to, like, create, and we are that which we create.
It takes me about 35 minutes to put my makeup on. Eyelashes, rhinestones, glitter, wig, maybe 45 minutes.